This is Jonathan Agyoff here for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to be joined by, and still, the king reigns on, Lyndon Arthur, Commonwealth Light Heavyweight Champion. Lyndon, congratulations on Friday night's win over Dec Spelman. How are you feeling? Had a few days now to sort of look back at it. Have you managed to watch it back?
Yeah, I watched it a couple of times. Thank you, by the way. But I watched it. I watched it a couple of times. I assessed my performance and looked at my good bits and my bad bits. But overall, it was a good performance. Okay performance.
There's quite a bit of needle in the build-up between you and Dec. Sort of went back and forth a bit, but all added to the spectacle. And it was a good fight. Dec sort of came forward. He was quite relentless. How did you sort of see the fight going? Did you feel like you were in control?
Yeah, all times. Hence, I just felt like I could do what I wanted in there. It's a bit tough, very tough. Made me work. But in regards to being in control, yeah, I felt like I was like the majority of the fight. It's, the only time I wasn't is probably when I decided to take it off, kind of thing, and take the foot off the gas, or just probably waiting on the ropes.
Yeah. So unanimous decision win. Scores of 1-1-6, 1-1-12, 1-1-6, 1-13, and 1-1-9, 1-0-9. Third judge obviously scoring it quite wider. Which one do you think was the most accurate of those scores?
Yeah, but I was saying I don't know how the judge scored it by 3 rounds. I don't feel like I only won by 3 rounds, but it must have been what he liked. He must have seen something he liked by Dec. No disrespect to Dec Spelman at all, but I feel like I maybe lost 1 round or 2 rounds max. But it is what it is. I got the W. We both come out of there healthy. There was no, nobody have to go to hospital. Nobody got lasting damages, I don't believe. So, I can't complain.
I think it was Richie Woodall who said on commentary it was sort of a brilliant back foot display from you. What's it like when you're in there when someone's sort of throwing hell for leather at you and you're sort of on the ropes, sort of holding him off with the jab? But what is it like, that experience?
You know what? It was just I just felt comfortable in there. That's why at times I was staying in the ropes because I didn't feel in any danger. I felt like I seen every shot coming. Probably could have worked a touch more, countered off the defense, but it's something I can go back and work on. It's something I'll criticize myself for. And yeah, man, I just had fun in there, really. I just enjoyed the 12 rounds. I enjoyed being in there for every single minute of the fight, and I got to work on my jab a lot because in my last fight with Emmanuel and him, I didn't really have my left hand, and I feel like I show when I do have my left hand that I get an opponent that comes forward like that, then I will work it and I will overwork it, and I'm accurate, I'm fast with it. But yeah, I just had fun in there. It was good. It was good to be in there for 12 rounds. I enjoyed it. 4 weeks notice. I shown I'm fit. I shown I just feel like I shown a little bit of levels.
I think you said afterwards you had sort of an injured hand. Was that playing on your mind throughout the fight, or was that just afterwards you sort of felt it?
No, that just that happened in one of the early rounds.
Right.
I hit him with I think it was a right uppercut and he blocked it with his elbow, and it just bruised my right hand, bruised up quite quickly, and it was sensitive. It probably affected me a little bit in the fight, but not too much. Nothing where I have to pull out, obviously, but it probably stopped me from throwing it a lot more than I wanted to. But yeah, man, it was just I enjoyed the performance. I enjoyed the fight.
As you said, you sort of led off your jab throughout most of the fight, but there was times where you sort of switching up the attacks to the body. Did you feel like you were sort of hurting him to the body as well?
Yeah, I definitely hurt him 1 or 2 times to the body, but I should have went to the body a lot more. I should have done that. But again, that's something I'll go back to the gym and I'll work on. But Dec Spelman's tough. tough. He's shown it in the Shaq and Pettis fight. He's now shown it in my fight. He will be in there, you know. He's tough. It's just a tough fight. Tough fight.
Yeah, I mean, how much credit do you give him? Because he was coming forward continuously. He never gave up throughout, as we've seen in the past. You know, he really goes for it. And it's very tough.
Man. He made me have to work. And you know, if I switched off for a minute, like in regards to defense, he'd have probably caught me a lot more, and he could have dragged it into his fight. So you have to be switched on. Full credit to him for one, for taking the fight and taking the opportunity, and two, for staying in there for the 12 rounds.
What were you most pleased with your performance, and what weren't you happy with? You mentioned you saw a few flaws in your performance. What were they, in your opinion?
Just I just feel like I could have pushed for the stoppage a little bit more. Again, that's not saying that I could have got it. I'm just saying I feel like I could have pushed for it a little bit more. I impressed myself by just staying focused throughout the 12 rounds. 12 rounds is a long time to be in the room. You sit back down on your stool 11 times, 10 times. You know, it's a long duration of time to stay focused for. You know, but it was a good performance. It was a good performance.
As you know, all the talk afterwards was about you and Anthony Yarde. We think hopefully that fight will obviously take place in October, depending on crowds, I'm guessing. I know you saw his comments that he found it, he said boring was the words. What was your reaction to that?
At the time, it was nothing, but now I just think, yeah, okay, sweet. It was only, again, like I said before in the interview, it was only boring because I didn't get hit. If it was both, you know, if I'd have knocked him out in a round or two, he just said he was a crap opponent. If I boxed his head off for 12 rounds like I did, it's boring. I didn't get hit. If we'd have been in a little bit of a water fight, it would have been exciting. It is what it is. Whatever your preference is. A lot of people would have liked the fight. A lot of people wouldn't have liked the fight. I enjoyed it. It's about me. I liked the fight. I did what I had to do. I won. It was a banana skin fight. I got beat. No yard fight. So I couldn't care less.
Was that playing on your mind at all in the build-up, knowing that this Anthony Yarde fight was coming? Not at all? You
can't afford to concentrate on anybody else but Dec Spelman. Because imagine I didn't and I got knocked out. So then the Yarde fight would have been irrelevant anyway. So get the job done in hand and then concentrate on what you have to do next.
You and Anthony Yarde, obviously, hopefully in the autumn. How will you sort of approach that fight differently to this one? Is it just working on those things you mentioned on? Is it a mindset thing? How does it differ?
Well, man, it's just a fight, innit? It's a fight. We'll see when we get in there.
You excited? You must be.
Of course. Ecstatic.
You'd fight him next week?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we think, obviously, as we said, the autumn. How confident are you that fight happens in the autumn?
Oh no, man! This coronavirus is messing everyone's schedule up, innit? You know, of course, as long as it doesn't rise again and people stop losing their life through it, or through what they're saying it is, and it will happen. If it's not, then it won't. I know as much as you in regards to it happening. I'm just waiting. So.
Yeah, fair enough. It is a waiting game. We'll have to see. Just a few more things, Lyndon. I just want to get your opinion on. Shaq and Pettis facing Chad Sugden for the British title in a few weeks' time. Obviously, another possible fight down the line. How do you see that one going?
You know what? I've not seen too much of Chad. I've seen Shakan against Dec. Good long fighter. If he can keep it long, then he's big. He's a big boy. If he can keep his use his attributes to what he needs to do, then he could make a lot of fights easy just by doing that and staying long. So I'm only because I've not seen much of Chad, I'm gonna go with a Shakan victory. That's no disrespect to Chad. I've just not watched him. So I don't know his style too much.
And also, obviously, stablemate Zelfa Barrett fighting Eric Donovan in a few weeks' time.
Early knockout, biased as hell. He's gonna punch him up, and that's it. That's it. I'm biased, and I'll always be biased when it comes to Zelfa. So he's gonna knock him out. But Zelfa's levels above a lot of these guys that are super featherweight. Levels above them. Levels. You're not even seeing Zelfa nearly at his best yet. You ask anybody that's been in the ring with Zelfa, from Crawler, Josh Warrington, Scott Quigg, all world champions or former world champions, ask any of them if what Zelfa's like, they would all give the same answer. All of them, guaranteed. Speaking for them, they will all say he is world class. All of them. From early, he's been like that. So, and I just, regardless of what his opponent's done, in like his amateur career and stuff like that, I believe Zelfa's levels above everyone. So it's a Zelfa knockout or 12-round boxing lesson.
And lastly, Lyndon, before we spoke about quite a number of fighters, Gervonta Davis and the like, but one fight that is happening in September, Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. Two legends, exhibition. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, you kind of happy that you'll find it. Well, I've watched some of them. I've watched them live anyway, but I half missed the Roy Jones era, and I kind of got with Tyson because obviously when I was about 4 or 5 when Tyson was like big, and I probably wasn't too keen on boxing then, so I didn't really know about Roy Jones. So and any fight I've watched of Roy Jones live, I think it was Kawasaki, and then probably a McQuinnelli. So he's getting beat and knocked out and stopped and stuff like that. So I missed the best of Roy Jones. So it's great to be able to see them again, get in the ring, but then at the same time, they're not going to be the Mike Tyson and the Roy Jones that you want to see. As a boxing fan and as a boxer, them are the guys that when you got into boxing or when you get into boxing, they're the guys you stare at and you idolize and you look at and you admire everything you do. Mike Tyson, knockout artist, used to knock everybody out, his footwork. Jones Jr., unbeatable at middleweight, moved up to heavyweight, through light heavyweight, cruiserweight. So when you start seeing them guys get knocked out because they're not at the best no more, it hurts as a fighter. So at the same time you want them to come, at the same time you're happy to see them fight, you kind of wish that they never did if they stopped when he was ahead. So you kind of mix feelings about it, but it's only an exhibition fight. Hopefully they don't try and knock each other out and do what it actually is. Yeah, they have an exhibition and probably throw a few shots in hard, but not too much, and treat it like a sparring, because you don't want to see none of them get hurt. They're both at an age now where you wouldn't want to see that from them. These are greats. These are greats in the sport. Iconic names, Hall of Famers. But Mike Tyson's legendary. So is Roy Jones. Both some up there with like top 5, a lot of everyone's top 5 and top 10 favorite boxers of all time. So again, it's good for them to get out, but mixed emotions.
All right, well, Lyndon, appreciate you coming on. What's the plan now? Back in the gym in a few days, or are you taking a few days off?
The plan now is to play my game, continue to get on PlayStation and chilling.
What are you playing?
Just playing. I've got Need for Speed on right now.
Okay, nice.
Need for Speed on. So that's the plan for the next hour or two.
And then back in the gym.
I might go and get a milkshake after that.
So no immediate boxing plans.
No.
Don't blame you. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for coming on. Congratulations again on Friday night, and yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Thank you, sir. You too.